Namaste, dear yogis. Yoga Steps is here for you today with a sequence to nourish the element earth. We have 5 elements, and one of those 5 elements is the element earth. The element earth is the mother of all elements, and like a mother, this element nourishes the other element, and like a mother is nourishing a child, is taking care of a child, but also taking care of herself. So taking care of yourself and taking care of others is one of the things that belongs to the element of earth. Also to nourish your body. So to nourish means that the food you're getting into your body can nourish your body, so you can digest properly. Not only the food, but also any kind of information, feelings, thoughts, so you can not get stuck in your body, so you can process it, you can transform it. It's also a nice and beautiful word, to transform the information in the food you're getting in. One big topic is to take care of yourself. And how can you bring this into your yoga practice? I only can speak from my own experience with an old injury in my left hip, happened years ago. I still have limitations of it. In the meantime, I'm thankful because this is what brought me to yoga. But on the other time, I really had to learn the hard way to nourish myself. I got into yoga to learn more about yoga because of this limitation. And then I was thinking that I had to push myself. And I was pushing too deep, and I even injured myself more. So stepping back and looking through a lens of nourishment and nurturing, how can my yoga practice nourish my body and nourish my soul? This is really all about what belongs to this earth element. It's a feeling of steadiness, a feeling of grounding, and a feeling of gratitude. So whenever you practice yoga, let the practice nourish you and nurture your body. Don't think about how the pose should look like. How does the pose feel in your body? This is the really more important question to ask yourself. So let's start with the practice. To start with the practice, we're starting with a gratitude practice. This is also one of the big things belongs to the earth element, gratitude and being thankful. I want you to place both hands on your heart, close your eyes, breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Wherever you are, be thankful for what you're having in your life. And I want you to think about 3 things that you are truly glad for having in your life. This can be a person, a thing, a feeling, or good news. Just think about 3 things, and with your eyes closed, repeat mentally 3 times, I am thankful for number 1 you choose. I am thankful for whatever next you decided to be thankful for. So do this practice and show gratitude for 3 things you just have chosen. So close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and do this gratitude practice silently for yourself. And when you have finished this practice, lower your hands down, but keep your eyes closed. Focus on your breath. And remember, when we are moving through the practice now, move so that the practice is nourishing you, that you're feeling good, happy, effortless, even when you're practicing. Come onto your feet. For today's practice, I have 2 blocks and a blanket I'm using to support myself. Maybe you won't use it, or maybe you will use it, maybe you don't use it. So if you have 2 blocks handy, go and get 2 blocks. And if you have a blanket, whatever kind of blanket, doesn't have to be a Mexican blanket like I'm having in the back, go and grab a blanket and yeah, maybe pause for a moment and come back and meet me on the yoga mat. Okay, welcome back. We're starting with to feel the grounding, to feel your feet. I have a second yoga mat here. You can please use your yoga mat. You don't have to have a second one. I just don't want to roll my yoga mat up and then back open. So if you take your yoga mat and fold your yoga mat in half and bring the closed part towards you and then make a nice firm roll. Roll it all the way up. Good. And then just place it. I'm just placing it here and place it on the floor. Now come up onto your feet. And we're balancing now. So have your arms out to the side, shake everything off, and then step with one foot on the yoga mat and step with the other foot on the yoga mat. Now we are circling around, first to the right side and then we are going to the left side. So I'm a little bit shaky today. So wherever you are, slowly start to walk, facing sideways and then facing back. It's okay when you're shaking. And then all the way facing sideways and coming back where we started. Good. Feel your feet. Take your time. Woo, find your balance. That's fun. And it's hard to speak. It's much harder to speak and do it. So find your stand. I'm a little bit shaky today. And then we do it all the other way around. So you want to start to walk around. If your arms out to the side, find your balance. And when you're falling off, doesn't matter. Come back. And then step down and just open your yoga mat so we can start the practice. This is a really funny thing to do, to play a little bit with your balance. And like you just have seen, my balance is not so good today, so I'm maybe going to do this later again. So come onto your feet. Have your feet hip width distance apart, so there's at least space for 2 fists in between my feet when I'm having my feet hip width distance apart. And you inhale, lift your arms. Interlace your hands, your index finger is pointing up, and exhale, your side bending. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. Inhale and exhale. One more time to each side. It feels so wonderful along the side body. Inhale, come up, and I'm now stepping on the yoga mat. Inhale here and exhale, come halfway down. So your arms are going out to the side, your arms are parallel, your spine is long, lengthen the neck of your back. If you have your blocks, this is a nice start to use your blocks here. Inhale and exhale, you want to come down, place your hands on the block. You also can place the hands on the floor, but it's just a little bit more gentler to warm up, to have the blocks here, or maybe a chair if going down feels really challenging for you, or maybe 2 blocks on each side, 2 books on each side. We're going a few times up and down. So with your inhalation, pull your belly in, come halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale, pull your belly in, up. And exhale down. Inhale, belly in and up. Exhale down. Last one, belly in, halfway up, arms out. Exhale down. Allow your head to dangle, shake your head out. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. And then if you have the blocks, place them to the side and step onto the floor. Coming onto your hands and knees, doing a few cat and cows here. Inhale to arch and exhale to round. And arch and round. Feel your spine warming up. Your fingers are spread wide. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. And last one, you're rounding and you're arching. Come to a neutral spine, tuck your toes under and walk back sitting on your heels. If this is too much, you can stay up a little bit, or you even can bring the block between your feet and sitting on the block. And you want to walk your knees a little bit more back towards your toes, so to bring the stretch a little bit more intensity into the sole of your feet. Have your arms dangling on the right and left side. And remember, if this is too much, you always can come a little bit forward or maybe a little bit up. Up might be better because we want to do some neck rolls. So find your position to be, and then look over your right shoulder, and then start circling your head from one way to the other side. Inhale, one circle, one half circle, and exhale, going back slowly from one side to the other side. Last one. Then come back to the center and lift your head. Letting go, this toes on fire, and it just can drum your feet a little bit. And then step with your right foot forward and walk your hands up. You want to notice when you're having your right leg and your left leg, it's like you're being on two tracks of a train. So you don't want to bring your right foot too close towards the left, in front of the left. So you want to have enough space so you're feeling more balanced. This is also nice. I always like to use a blanket here. So I'm placing the blanket under my left knee to nourish my left knee. Remember, today is everything about nourishing and nurturing. Good. Now notice where your right toes are. Make a mental note where your right toes are and step your right heel round about where you had your right toes. You can tuck your left toes under. Now I want you to place your right hand on the front of your left hip and the left hand on the back of your left hip. You're tucking your tailbone under, so I'm lifting here on the front and I'm lowering down on the back, and then I'm coming forward into a low lunge. Come back, tucking and forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck and forward. Inhale back, always the front hand is lifting up, the back hand is lowering down and forward. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Now stay here. Pull your belly in, bring your arms up. Have your upper arms if possible in front of your ears. If not, bring your arms a little bit more forward if it feels stressful on your shoulders. Say mentally or aloud 3 times, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Slowly lower your arms down, hands on each side, and also again, you can use the blocks here if you like, and you just go a few times back and forth. So you can have your hands on the floor or maybe on the blocks. It's always important to find what feels best in your body. And slowly step back. And then we're stepping forward with the left foot. You're coming up. Tuck your back toes under. Remember the tracks of a train. Check where your left toes are and walk the heel a little bit forward so it's more or less in the position where you had your left toes. Left hand on the front of your hip, right hand on the back. Sometimes what's happening, we are arching here, so you want to lift this up in the front, lower this down, and then you move forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck, and forward. Inhale back, exhale, tuck, and forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck, move forward. Inhale, exhale, tuck, move forward. Last one, inhale back, tuck your hip, and forward. Now stay here, bring your belly in, lift your belly up, bring your arms up. Again, you can have your arms a little bit more in front of your face or on the side, just in front of your ears. And while we are here, repeat mentally for yourself, I am worthy to receive. I am worthy to receive. I am worthy to receive. Lower your arms down and step back with your left foot. You can stay on the blanket if you have the blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you also can double fold your yoga mat And you just place your hand on the front of your legs and you just keep on walking. So you lift your right and then you lift your left leg. So I'm pushing the top of my foot into the floor and it's like I'm walking my knees. Getting the front of the shins active. A little bit longer. And then stop doing it. Take the blanket to the side. Come into your hands and knees. Walk your hands a little bit more in front of you. Align your shoulders with your wrists. Pull your belly in, coming down with your elbows on the side of your body. Being on the belly, place the hands on top of each other like a pillow and rest your forehead on it. Now with your inhalation, push the top of your feet into the floor and allow the pubic bone to get really heavy and let it go. Inhale, push the top of your feet into the floor, allow the pubic bone to get really heavy and let it go. Last time, push the top of the feet into the floor, allow your pubic bone to get really heavy, and we're also lifting the right leg up a little bit and lower down. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift the left leg, lower down. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift the right leg and down. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift the left leg and down. One more time, pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift the right leg and down. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift the left leg and down. Now straighten your arms in front of you. Again, pushing the top of your feet so your knees are moving away from the floor. Ground your pubic bone, and now you're coming in a little bit with your hands and lifting yourself up. Exhale down. Inhale, pushing feet, grounding pubic bone, lift up. Exhale down. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone, lift up. Exhale down. So I'm just sliding maybe 2 inches back and forth with my hands and down. Pushing the feet, pushing the pubic bone and up and down. Last one. Pushing the feet, grounding the pubic bone and up and all the way down. And then shake your hips from side to side. Place your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, come all the way up and bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees, coming back into a child's pose. I always like to use a block here for myself to support me in child's pose. See how much you want to separate your knees so you can bring your arms back alongside your body. Have the back of your hips, your buttock touching your heels. So like I told you in the beginning, after my hip injury, when I'm pushing myself too deep into child's pose, what's happening? That I'm struggling the next day because I didn't nourish myself in the practice. So sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of, adjustments you can do to really get what you want into the body with the pose. So here you want to have the hips grounded on the heels so we can lengthen the spine. So instead of doing this one here, you see my hips are up, you want to have the hips down, and if it feels better, you can place the block under your forehead. But maybe you're all the way down, that's perfectly fine. And slowly stretch your arms in front of you, come all the way up, tuck your toes under, lift yourself up into down dog. Feel this nice length in down dog, spread your fingers wide, crown of your head is facing towards your fingers, breathing in and out. When we are walking now with the feet towards the hands, I want you to walk slow, enjoying each step, coming to the front towards your hands. Pull your belly in, circle your arms up, inhale, and exhale down. Inhale, lift your hands up. Interlace your hands, index fingers pointing up, exhale, side bend. Inhale back, exhale, side bend. Inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time to each side. Waking up the energy of the body. Coming back to the center. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your arms out to the side, slowly into a half forward fold, reaching with your fingertips to right and left. Tuck your chin in, lengthen everything from the crown of your head towards your sit bone. Feel this length here. Feel the length in your spine. Don't allow your belly to drop. Very gentle, pull your belly in towards your spine. And then bring your hands down, either fingertips or flat hands. Or you maybe want to use the blocks here again. And now I want you to open your legs. So I'm being to the right and left side of my yoga mat. And just start bending and straightening and weighing from side to side. And it's really like a very, it's like a wave-like movement in your body. So don't try to be, this perfect. Let it be like a nourishing movement. So it feels good in the knee joints, in the hip joints. Your head can dangle. Even your shoulders are dancing a little bit while you're moving from side to side. You also can think about, like a tiger. When they're moving, when they're hunting, they're moving so effortless and beautiful. So make this movement the same way. And then come back to center, straighten both legs. Coming into a wide-legged twist now. I want you to walk with your hands to the right and place your left hand on the outside of your right leg. So maybe you can reach the ankle bone, maybe you're a little bit more up. So whatever is reachable for you, place your hand here. My right hand is on top of my left hand. What I do first, before I twist, I lengthen my spine. Lengthen your spine. And now start to twist from your belly, mid-back, shoulders, and then lift your arm up. Breathing in and out here. Lift your inner arches. You twist from the belly, mid-back, shoulders, and then reach with your fingertips to the ceiling. Slowly come down and do this tiger movement or wave-like movement one more time. And then come to stillness, doing it all to the other side. You want to place your right hand either on your left ankle or you may be a little bit higher up. My left hand is on top of my right hand and I'm first lengthening my spine and then I'm twisting from my belly and mid-back shoulder and then I'm lifting my arm up. Keep your spine long when you're twisting, breathing in and out. You can look up towards your hand, towards the ceiling, but you don't have to. Breathing in and out. Beautiful, lengthen your spine, lift your inner arches, and then slowly come down. Just wave a little bit, and you maybe can feel that you maybe can come a little bit closer to the floor now. And then slowly step back onto your hands and knees, and just arch and round your spine a few times. Inhale to arch, exhale to round, and inhale and exhale. We are doing this cat and cow flow, but we are changing the position while we are doing this. So it looks, do it slowly with me. Come to a neutral spine and then arch your spine. Now round your spine. Push yourself back a little bit until you can touch with the fingertips, the right heel. And now you're in a cat stretch. My back is round. And now think you're moving into a cow. You're moving into a cow. While you're moving into a cow, you're lifting yourself up and you're stretching your left arm up. Coming all the way back down. Inhale to arch. Exhale, tuck your toes under. I forgot to tell. Tuck your toes under makes it a little bit more accessible. So inhale to arch. Exhale to round, push back, reach towards your heel, and then inhale, come up. Exhale down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, reach towards your heel. Inhale, arch. Lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, arch. Round, push back, reach your heel. Inhale, like a cow, lift up. And all the way down, inhale. Exhale, round, reach to the heel, lift up, reach with your left arm up. Inhale, come down to arch. Exhale, back. and lift up. You feel so wonderful. One more time to each side. Inhale, arch. Exhale, push back. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, push back. And then lift up, inhale. Exhale, come down. And then just do a few cat and cows. And then slowly come into all fours, release your toes, step your right foot forward, place your hands on the top of your right leg, tuck your back toes under, and slowly come up into a stand. And you see it's everything about balance here, so my back leg is still bent, and I have, again, think about the tracks of a train here with your feet. We do the same thing we did on the kneeling, the low lunge. You place your right hand on the front of your left hip, and my left hand is on the back. And I'm tucking my pelvis here. I'm lifting the front while I'm lowering the back. And then you see how far you can stretch the back leg. And straighten the back leg. And then bend the knee. Tuck your pelvis. Lift the front. Lower down the back. And then straighten your back. Back leg. Bend the knee. Lift the front. And straighten. One more time. Bend the knee. Tuck your pelvis. And then lift. Now hold this, bring your arms up, interlace your hands, and just place your hands behind your back. Think about you want to bring more distance between your right knee and your left heel. Pull your belly in and repeat mentally 3 times. I see beauty all around me. I see beauty all around me. I see beauty all around me. Lift your arms up, and then slowly you can do like waves with your arms, and you're coming all the way down and stepping back onto your hands and knees. If you like, you can round and arch 1 or 2 times. Come back to neutral spine, stepping your left foot forward. Bring your hands on top of your left leg. Tuck your right toes under. Notice again the tracks of a train, so you have enough distance, so you're feeling steady and grounded when you're coming up. Lift up. My back leg is still in a bent position. Left hand comes to the front of my right hip, and the right hand comes back. Now I'm tucking again. I'm lifting the front, I'm lowering the back, and then I see how far can I straighten my back leg without loosening this tucking, and bend the knee. Tuck and straighten. Bend the knee. Tuck and straighten. And then bend the knee. So instead of, coming into a straight leg and maybe losing the alignment in your hips, it's much more important to keep the alignment in the hips and really work on getting a deep stretch into your hip muscle. Now hold it, and you want to lift your arms up, interlace your hands, place your hands behind your back. Repeat mentally 3 times while you're lifting your belly in and up. My life is unique. My life is unique. My life is unique. And then lift your arms up, and you can slowly wave your arms down, bring your hands down, stepping back onto your hands and knees. Sit back into a kneeling position. Come all the way back onto your hands. Bring your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart towards the ceiling. And now I want you to push the front of your feet into the floor. Lift your knees and lower down. Push the top of your feet, the front of your feet into the floor, and lift your knees. Now see if you can stay here. You can stay here, but don't round. Keep your shoulder blades together. Keep your heart lifted. And maybe you can walk your hands a little bit more in. Push your feet down. Squeeze the inner legs together. And see if you can place your hands on top of your thighs, but keep your heart open. Give yourself a smile. And then lower all the way down. Whew, that is hard. Lower around your shoulders a few times. And don't mind if you not lift your knees, or maybe you can not bring your arms forward. There's a big stretch for the front of the shins and the front of the feet. So work always, to nourish yourself, to nurture yourself. And then bring your hands down And you want to walk a little bit back on the mat when I'm too far forward like I am. Bring your hands forward, bring your shoulders aligned with your ribs, have your belly in and bring yourself down, elbows close into the body. And now keep your hands here on the right and left side of your chest. Your forehead is down. Pushing your feet into the floor, ground your pubic bone. And now we are twisting, but before we are twisting, lift a little bit your chest and your head. Lengthen your spine and now start from your belly, mid-back shoulder to lift, and my right ear is reaching towards the ceiling like I want to listen what's happening on the ceiling to the right ear, and then lower down. Push the feet, ground your pubic bone, lift chest and head a little bit, lengthen your spine from your belly, mid-back shoulder, lift and reach with your left ear up to the ceiling and down. Push your feet, ground your pubic bone, lift to lengthen your spine, and then twist belly, mid-back shoulder, reach your left ear up to the ceiling, and all the way down. Push your feet, ground your pubic bone, lift chest, lengthen your spine, and then start to twist from belly, mid-back shoulder, reach with your left ear towards the ceiling, come all the way down, and just pause for a moment, shake your hips out. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. Bring your arms in front of you, straighten your arms, palms are down onto the floor. Have your forehead down, we do the same lifting like we did before. Push your feet down, ground your pubic bone, and then lift up, and maybe you can slide your hands up a little bit closer now towards your body and come all the way down. Inhale, push your feet, ground your pubic bone, you're sliding and you're gliding back. If you have the chance, and you do this practice again, it's also nice to do this with a blanket. So you're placing your hands on a blanket and you're sliding and gliding in and out. Always start pushing your feet, grounding your pubic bone, come up, inhale, and exhale down. Now stay down onto the floor, make a pillow with your hands and shake your hips out. Breathing in and out. Bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, push all the way back. We do come into a child's pose, so whatever works best for you. Take the block. So you want to keep your hips onto the floor. So you really want to feel that the back here, the buttocks are in contact with your heels, your arms are alongside. And you see, I learned the hard way to adjust this pose for me. I never liked this pose. But when I've started to accept that it's just my body now, because I cannot change what happened in the past, now I love this pose. You do these small little adjustments, and a pose you maybe even didn't like so much gets really comfortable for you after a while. Breathing in and out. Pull your belly towards your spine, bring your arms in front of you, come all the way up, tuck your toes under and lift up into a down dog. Any small movements that are feeling good in your down dog, swaying your hips from side to side, or maybe just bending and straightening one knee and then the other knee, walking a little bit. Spread your fingers wide, crown of your head is facing towards your fingertips. And then ground your heels down. Think about you want to bring more distance. You reach with your hand to the front of your yoga mat and you're reaching with your shins to the back of your yoga mat. Lift your sit bone. Feel this length in your whole body. Don't forget to breathe and don't straighten your legs if it feels too much and you're loosening. When you straighten your legs and you look like this, then you're losing the alignment. Then keep your knees bent. Push back. And see if you can straighten maybe one leg without loosening the alignment of your spine. Or maybe both legs. And then slowly pedal your feet. And take your time to walk forward. And now think about, you have all this energy of the earth. And you start to get this energy of the earth up. Circling the hands around each other. Get all the energy up. All the way the energy up. And then let the energy of the earth surround you. We do this one more time. Slowly come down. Get all the energy of the earth up. Circling the arms just around you. Getting the energy up. Getting the energy up all along the front of your body. Towards your head, over your head. And then let the energies around you. And just stand still for a moment. Breathing in and out. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, circle your arms down. Place your hands on the floor, stepping back. Bring your legs to the side. And come all the way down onto the floor. Lay yourself down onto the floor. If there's anything nearby, like a blanket or maybe blocks, place it to the side. And I have my arms out to the side and my feet are on the floor. Just adjusting a little bit the position so you can see me better. And you want to open your feet hip width distance apart, mat width distance apart. And we start to twist from side to side. Very easy. Remember, digestion is also a part of this earth element. So it's nice to twist a little bit. Close your eyes so you really can feel what feels good. Just notice what you notice. Next time your legs are going to the left, I want you to stay there. Remember when you did this tucking of the pelvis, I want you to do the same now with your right side. You're tucking the pelvis, and while you're doing this, you're reaching with your right knee towards the left toe, left big toe. And then come all the way back. Go all the way to the right. And again, tucking and reaching with your left knee towards the right big toe. Coming all the way back. Windshield wiper to the other side. Tucking, reaching with your right knee towards your left big toe. All the way back to the left side. Tucking your left hip and reaching with your left knee towards your right big toe. We do this one more time to each side. Your windshield wiper to the left. Tucking your right hips, reaching with your right knee towards your left big toe. Lifting your knees back up and lowering down to the other side. Tucking your pelvis, reaching with your left knee towards your right big toe. Coming all the way back to the center. Point your toes in. Allow your knees to touch. Bring your arms down for a moment. Repeat mentally for yourself 3 times. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. If you have a block, go and get the block. If you don't have a block, you also can do this without the block. You want to take the block and you want to push your feet into the floor, lift your hips, and just place the block in its lowest setting under your hips. And now you bring your legs up. So you feel that you're stable on the block and your knees can be bent a little bit. It really doesn't matter. Your arms can be out a little bit or even up above your head, so whatever feels best in your body. Now start to point and flex only your right foot. Pointing and flexing only your right foot. And then switch, point and flex only your left foot. And stop pointing and flexing, come back to your right foot and circle to the right a few times, only your right foot. And circle to the left a few times, still only your right foot. Stop circling. Bring your awareness to the left foot and go circling to the right on your left foot. Just a few times circling. And then circle a few times the other way. and stop circling. Now I want you to straighten your legs as much as possible and flex your feet, and then you wave your feet together to the right and to the left. Waving your feet. Also notice what's happening all the way down from your hips, from your legs towards your hips. And then stop waving. Shake your legs out. Slowly bend your legs and lower down. Stay here for a moment. You can be on the block. If the block is too much, you can take the block out to the side. If you're already on the floor, just stay here for a moment. Repeat mentally for yourself 3 times. I trust myself. I trust myself. I trust myself. If your arms are overhead, slowly bring your arms back down. Push your feet into the floor if you're being on the block. And before you're lifting off the block, you want to squeeze your butt, pull your belly in, and then lift away from the block. Take the block to the side, lower all the way down onto the floor. Do a few pelvic rolls here by lifting your belly and lowering your lower back down to the floor. It's like you're doing a tiny cat and cow only in your lower back. Inhale to arch and exhale to gentle push your lower back down into the floor. And then slowly relax, and you want to slide your right leg out, slide your left leg out, and just for a moment be on the floor. Before I leave you into stillness, I'm repeating the affirmations one more time for you. And I want you to mentally repeat each affirmation after me, just one time. So really feel yourself comfortable on the floor. Now we start with the first affirmation. I am grateful. I am worthy to receive. I see beauty all around me. My life is unique. I am enough. I trust myself. Stay here in Shavasana with your eyes closed. You will hear my wind chime in the back, and the sound you can hear is influenced by the element earth. So just enjoy. It's a very subtle, very gentle sound while you're going to relax deeper and deeper with each exhalation. Remain in stillness until you hear my voice again. And we slowly start to deepen your breath. Lengthen your inhalation, lengthen your exhalation. Slowly start to move your fingers and toes. Circle your wrists and ankles. Maybe to point and flex your wrists and ankles. And then slowly, while you keep on deepening your inhalation and your exhalation, start to move your body, any kind of movement that nourishes your body. And if this means not moving at all and you want to stay a little bit longer here in Shavasana, feel free to stay a little bit longer in Shavasana. If needed, set yourself a timer. Remember, it's everything about nourishing and nurturing yourself. Take care of yourself. If you're ready to come up, roll onto your right or left side. Slowly guide yourself back up into a seated pose. And when you're up in a seated position, place your hands on your heart again like we did in the beginning. Be thankful that you've taken the time for this practice, that you've nourished yourself. And maybe at the end of this class, when you're looking back, sometimes I catch myself looking back and think, oh, there was this one pose my ego was a little bit too loud and I maybe pushed a little bit further instead of having this lens of nourishment. So this happens sometimes. Then we have on the right shoulder this nice little ego, and on the left shoulder we have this nourishing angel sitting, and sometimes just one talks a little bit louder than the other. So it's always a process to learn, to get more better. I'm very thankful, I'm very grateful that you've practiced with me today. I hope this practice felt nourishing for you, and I really want you to think about to bring more of this nurturing aspect into your own yoga practice. Remember, we are all unique, so should our practice be unique. So we are all looking different on the yoga mat. With this in your mind, let's chant Om together at the end. Let's first separate the hands, and while we are chanting Om, we are bringing the energy of the earth up and placing the hands back in front of our hearts. So bring the arms out to the side, take a deep inhale with me and exhale. And then take a deep inhale to chant Om. Bow your forehead towards your fingertips to bring your thinking mind and your feeling heart closer together. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Comment, leave any kind of question you're having about this kind of practice. I'm adding all the affirmations we used into the description below the video, so you can look at the affirmation. But it's also important when you're using affirmation, use affirmation that really feeling good for yourself. So always repeating affirmations a few times so you get a feeling for it, what nourishes you and what doesn't nourish you. Thank you very much, beautiful yogis. Have a wonderful day. Bye. See you next time.